¿Qué tal amigos? Soy Mapedmaker y hoy les traigo la segunda parte de What Remains of Edith Finch. La vez pasada nos quedamos con las historias de Calvin y de Molly, así que vamos a ver hacia dónde avanza el juego hoy. Acá abajo les voy a estar dejando mi Twitch, como siempre, para que sepan cuándo estoy streamiendo este y muchos juegos más, y también mi Twitter, para que sepan exactamente qué es lo que estoy diciendo. Así que lo dejo con el juego. Bueno amigos, ¿qué tal? Vamos a esperar un poquito a que vaya cayendo un poco de gente.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Okay.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. ¿Qué tal? Muy buenas noches. Muchas gracias por cliquear. Estoy acá en la segunda parte de What Remains of Edith Finch. Vemos lo que le pasó a Calvin y lo que le pasó a Molly. Así que nada, si quieres saludar, podemos mantener algo. Ok. Me encanta la cantidad de pasadizos que tiene esta casa. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Claramente. Obviamente lo que tiene es... los pasadizos estaban hechos para cuando ellos eran chicos. Mira dónde salí.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Triste este juego, la puta madre.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Ok, bueno, seguimos un poquito en este juego. La verdad lo que me parece es que la vista del lugar es excelente. Acá hay algo muy raro. Acá hay algo muy raro que no nos estamos dando cuenta qué es exactamente. Acá ya había entrado yo. Acá no puedo entrar, no tengo que volver al pasadizo ese. Para entrar en la habitación de Bárbara. A ver, ¿será que entro por acá? Correcto.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Sí, le digo que después se convirtió en una estrella, así que tenías razón, querida Edith. Washington Institutional. Tenía luces de cine. Bigfoot. Barbara Street. Barbara Streisand.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Pensé lo duro que puede haber sido para ella después. ¿Después de qué?
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it
Old Jack here
The
with another
Surprise
ghastly
Ending of
Barbara
Barbara
Finch.
Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
Ok, era famosa por su grito.
Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
A
But
ver
in
si
a
ella no era
lucky break,
lo que nos
she'd
fue,
been
¿no?
asked to perform her
cosa
signature
que puede ser raro,
scream
¿no?
at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Bueno, en una convención local hicieron reproducir ese grito y fue exactamente lo que necesitaba su carrera, ¿no? Pero el grito ya no fue el mismo.
I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
¿Qué le pasó a tu papá?
Okay,
Qué
I'm
mala
hearing
suerte.
frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Mirá. Tengo que
20
buscar
minutes
esa
later,
llave.
Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara
Inteligente
went
que
to
este
look
juego.
for him.
Tengo que
Right
girar la
on
manivela
cue.
hasta que me den la llave.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Olvídate.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
está acá dentro de la heladera, ¿no?
Oh dear!
No sé por qué, yo sabía que iba a venir, pero simplemente me lo esperaba.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Okay.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay.
Ahí está atacando a
coming
Walter.
up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Me tengo que subir. ¿Dónde se subía? Por acá, pues no. Por acá, por acá. Por acá. Por acá, ¿no?
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents
Okay.
are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Ahora, lo que yo no entiendo, ¿es esto de la realidad lo que pasó o es una historia?
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Esa bueno de Molly, esta es la pieza de Molly, muy bien.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He
Como le
wasn't
digo.
moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Levantó la confidencia de tu hermano.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Por Dios, qué juego.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters
¿Qué fue
had
esto?
come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara
Qué fuerte
is
esto.
magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story.
Ay Dios, qué feo, por Dios, todo lo que le pasó a esta familia.
The music box is all they ever found of her.
Okay.
Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Por Dios, qué fuerte, qué triste.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Gente muerta. Es increíble, boludo. Todo el mundo se murió en esta familia. A ver. Ah, tengo que volver a meterme.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Ok, y ahora sé exactamente a dónde tengo que ir. ¿Era para arriba? No. Era abajo. Era abajo. Sigo sin entender por qué las cosas están en el medio de la nada. Porque hay cajas. Bueno, voy a hacer esto. Vamos a sacar la llavecita, ¿no? Ahí está. Ahí tengo la llavecita. Y nos vamos para abajo. Ok. Círculo de limpieza, como cualquier familia. No me sabe puro, no como cualquier familia. La luz entra por acá. Ok. Lavarropas. Dos lavarropas. No, tight. Ok. Ok. Es el tallercito de Sven.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ok, tuviste tétanos, correcto. Va, tuviste por lo menos la vacuna, eso es un punto. Ese pedazo de madera cortada en el piso, no entiendo.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Edie se metió abajo llevando paquetes. ¿España?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Sí, sí. Seguramente estaba escondiendo regalos, claro que sí.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Todo es una puerta secreta en esta casa. Todo es una puerta secreta en esta casa. Excelente. Me gustan los guantecitos. ¿Qué tal? Muy bien. Saludos a todos los espectadores. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo andan?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. Claro. Espera, porque Walter dice que murió en 2005 de 1952, así que Walter llegó a ser adulto, por lo menos. Ojo. No veo nada. Acá supongo.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
After Barbara died, he got away as far as he could. Okay.
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
¿Hay un tipo de patrón en todas estas historias?
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Es que nadie se pudo ir muy lejos. Pero creo. Llama la atención toda esta comida. ¿Cuándo venció esta comida? No nos habrá más nunca. Trencitos. Ok, esto es como el tallercito de Walter. Que tiene un baño acá. Ok. Vamos a comer. Ok. Vamos a enterarnos de la vida de Walter ahora entonces.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 años luego.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Un terremoto.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
¿Qué es ese? Mira, enero de 1976. ¿Qué es ese temblor, no?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Qué peligroso. Puedo repetir que Ana unos drones son amigos.
And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped.
Mira las marcas en las manos.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Ok. Pero esa fue la última.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
Okay.
I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Algo me dice que acá hubo una tragedia. Bueno, como siempre, todo este juego es una tragedia, pero... A ver, ¿dónde vamos? Más compartimientos secretos es en... Cereal... Para armar. Future Warfare. Modern Warfare, ya Call of Duty.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
¿Qué está allá afuera?
Whatever killed Barbara.
Ah, estamos con Bárbara.
And Molly.
Lo que mató a Bárbara y Molly puede ser lo mismo.
And Calvin.
¿Qué pensás? Ah, no, él está fallado.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Ok, se puso una masa a romper una pared. Y veo un
Whatever's
túnel.
out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
En
I'm going to
serio,
appreciate all of it,
ha
especially the
pisado un
food.
tren.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or
No
a
te pongas
month.
la vida del tren, empezás a tener
Or a
horas,
single
minutos.
week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Easy. ¿Qué querés que te diga, querido? Easy. Walter, flashaste. Flashaste, Walter.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Ok.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Qué lindo. Pero es una pintura eso. Y mi mamá está tratando de proteger, pero me en cuenta que los pares bueno, en realidad nos protegen, en realidad nos están tapando el mundo. Y no es lo mejor. Pero bueno, próximo bonito. Vamos a bajar. Adelante. Ahora por abajo.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Una posibilidad.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Claro, me
I
parece un
don't
poco
want to make the
importante
same
eso.
mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
¿Te imaginas que nos pisen entre nosotros también?
Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe two.
Maybe too?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
Me parece bien.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Ok, estas veces están caídas.
I don't know
Okay.
if I should even be writing this.
Sí, está bien que lo escribas, Edith.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
No, nunca está bien que te quedes con las cosas que vos pensás. En vez de comentarlo. Y no,
But I
tarde o
thought you
temprano va
should
a
know
salir.
about your family.
Obvio que tienes que saber sobre tu familia. Obvio que sí. ¿La luz? Cerrando esta luz.
And the history you're a part of.
Ese es un lugar al que tengo que ir. Pero no puede ser. Luego hablar, estoy viendo por eso.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Y yo me siento un poquito perdido, no te voy a mentir.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Y sí, probablemente hayan creído en esas historias, por eso las contaban.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Realmente en esta casa todo parece posible, la verdad. Pero voy a conceder eso.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Qué triste eso. Oh, estoy trabajando.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. Three of the gerbils are mine, and two had been my fault.
No sé pensar en los animales míos que no están más. Ok, eso es triste. Eso es muy triste.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Edith Finch. 13 de diciembre de 1947. 10 años. Calvin Finch. 11 años. Ben. Baby. Edith Finch. Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
se llene el agua seguramente.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Increíble la cantidad de muerte en esta familia, o sea, me pone muy triste.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Jay Kumar, ¿me suena eso?
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Seguramente es lo que ella quiso. Por eso nos va dando la información de gotitas para que nosotros lo estamos jugando en nuestro caso y viéndolo en el caso de Edith.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Eso cambia todo. Está embarazada. Mira cómo me cambió la cara. Pero es la realidad. Qué complicado hacer esto para alguien de 22 semanas embarazada. Te caes y para hacer nada. Bueno. No pasó nada.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Grandpa Sam.
They were both pretty intense.
Ok, a ver. ¿Cuánto vivió este muchacho? 33 años. Menos un vida un poquito más larga ahora.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Muy tierno.
should not have drunk all that coffee.
Okay. I guess.
Aw.
¿Dónde lo va? Pero no sé, algo específico tengo que fotografiar como para seguir.
Nothing quite like being outside. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Okay. De 20 años es.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Calvin.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Encontrar algo para fotografiar, pero no sé exactamente
Give me a
qué,
minute to check the
muchachos.
map.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination.
No dispares.
Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Qué feo. Odio cazar, chicos. Perdónenme, pero yo odio cazar.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Mira vos cómo se fue a morir este tipo. Te voy a decir una cosa, discúlpeme que a veces quizás no soy la persona que está hablando más del mundo. Es que estas cosas como que te pegan porque está tan bien contado. Wow, loco, wow. Wow. Muy fuerte, es realmente muy fuerte. Mira, juega a los marines este muchacho. Ok, interesante. Fuerte. Fuerte. ¿Por dónde podré salir acá, no? Voy a encontrar una foto. Seguro. Cray, cray.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Muy bien, por esta puerta. Español Parte.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
My mom, Dawn, and Edie were really close, claro. Ahora esta puerta. Bien. Después tenemos a Gregory, otro nene que murió. Es muy trágica, seguro, no lo sé, pero lo vamos a ver. Un año de vida. Esto va a ser feo. Divorce.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Como jueguitos.
What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Como lo siguen a todos lados.
Whatever it was, he saw. Sure made him happy.
Estamos todos, todos los amigos. Ok, la representación de la imaginación del chico es exactamente así, porque yo te juro que estoy entretenido como si fuese el nene. Acá está mi viejito todo el cerebro.
I know how silly it sounds.
Te puedes exceder, debo decir que tengo
So I worried about a baby being too happy. I think he saw things the rest of us don't, but I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that her, she could have told us about the world he saw.
No, volvé, mamá, volvé.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything. I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
Hello there, place
Good luck,
2929.
Love, Sam.
I'm actually like a Spanish talking channel, but I know English. So yes, and I think exactly what you say. Like up to now, it's been like a depression ride all along. It's so beautifully told, and the pacing is so good that I don't know, just like enjoyable in a very strange kind of way. But yes, I agree with you. It's like mostly depression. Thank you for the comment. Okay, acá tenemos a Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Poetry? Maybe. A poem
for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Okay.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now
learned.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oops.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Okay, tiene carácter Gus.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Okay, del otro lado quizás. I don't know where the message is. Okay.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Ok. Y era obvio. Y no veas que murió por la carta de mierda.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She
Ahí
never
se
told
va
me about
Gus.
him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Bueno. Qué fuerte es este juego, o sea, la verdad. Muy triste este juego. Face flare, beauty, stone, sweep, trash. Greg, be a baby. That's nice. You know? To go up?
My mom
Yes.
moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Voy para arriba. Esta es la habitación de Dawn, de la mamá.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Ok, Edith es hija de Dawn y Sanjay, correcto.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Eso no me parece que fue coincidencia, ¿eh? Para abajo no me conviene.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Ahora, increíble que se hayan muerto tantos hermanos, tantos hijos, se le haya muerto el marido a Edie, no, perdón, a Dawn, o a Edith, pero falleció el marido también. Como llena de problemas y de tragedias. Parece que la duró mucho.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Milton. Desapareció, ¿no? Que se murió. ¿Qué quiero entrar? ¿Para adentro? Ok. Lo de Milton solamente se sabe que en algún momento desapareció, pero nada más. A ver.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
sabemos más nada.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Qué triste, puta madre.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
No voy a seguir. Pero esto no tiene sentido, ¿o sí? No, tuve que ir por el otro lado. Vamos a por acá, ya vi antes.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Cannery. Es la segunda vez que lo hice. A ver. Vamos a ver, me imagino que la historia de Louis.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Okay. Locker containers.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Mine began to what? I'm not sure what I have to do. What was it? No sé qué tengo que hacer.
wander.
Ah, ok, ahora entendí. Tengo que moverlo.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Okay. Está todo en su cabeza.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Sí, pues está completamente loco, pues, muchacho.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Y ese fue tu error.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made
un poquito de
musicians.
ansiedad esto, pues yo ya sé cómo termina esto y me da miedo a las cortes de mano, chicos. Debe ser. Ok, todo el mundo lo quiere.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew
Pero no va a
strong.
terminar bien. Tiene mucha
He no
imaginación
longer
esta
spoke
familia,
at
eso
the
está bueno.
camp. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Nadie debe decir nada porque
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
ok. Un juego.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Vamos a hacer cosas lindas.
radiant rainbows.
Radiante. Oh, qué bueno.
He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
Guitarra eléctrica, ok.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
East of the sun and west of the moon.
Even
Muy
then, his
descriptivo.
logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
In the cannery.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him.
Pero ya no había forma de escapar.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Tienen caras. Esto me suena a haberlo visto en algún lado.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Perdón que siempre me llevo la mano a la boca, pero es que son muy trágicas estas muertes.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias por quedarte hasta el final del video. Este juego me está encantando. Se lo nota muy trágico, pero tiene una manera de contar las cosas tan natural que es realmente disfrutable en ese sentido. Te hace sentir incómodo por toda la tragedia que está pasando esta gente, o mejor dicho, que pasó a esta gente. Pero desde el punto de vista de historia es para mí de las mejores cosas que he jugado hasta ahora. Si tienes alguna recomendación, no te la quedes, por favor hacémela. Me interesa muchísimo saber qué piensan ustedes que tengo que mejorar. Así que me lo puedes dejar acá en la caja de comentarios o me lo puedes mandar por mensaje a Twitter. Aparte, acá abajo te voy a dejar mi Twitch personal donde streameo este juego y muchos otros juegos más. Así que también, si quieren verme en vivo, síganme por ahí, que ahí tienen mi calendario para saber exactamente cuándo voy a streamear. Y bueno,
Lo último que les pediría es que a este canal de YouTube, por favor, se suscriban y aprieten la campanita para saber en qué momento exacto estoy subiendo un contenido nuevo. Así que bueno, sin nada más que decirles, chao.